Hello, my friends. I always like to just do a little intro for people who watch this not live. Where I want to start is yesterday, I released a video on Epstein being musician Jack Johnson, and it's a video that should be seen by millions and millions and millions of people. And I'm not trying to do MMM. It's just it should be seen by millions of people. TikTok took it down, not letting it run. It's being shadow banned on every platform. So if you're seeing this, I did it on March 3rd. Please check it out. It's an important video. It takes the blinders all the way off. Um, and I'm just telling you March 3rd because I intentionally did it on 3/3 because they're trying to do terrible things with those numbers, and I'm trying to counter that with pure truth, proving to people that Epstein is alive. So just wanted to do a quick little intro on that for people watching this not live, and then also give a little bit of time for people to come on in. So, guys, as I turn my attention to the comments and stuff, if you guys haven't seen my video on from yesterday, go check it out and then come back. The video on Epstein being Jack Johnson. And all credit goes to my dear friend Josh Stone Truth, who is on this platform. You guys should follow him. He's the only human I talk to every single day, other than my wife, and he's just been a great friend and support since I woke up. He told me 2 years ago that how important he thought my voice was in the truth community, and that like if he could pick anyone in the world to be the representative of waking up humanity, it would be me. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of pressure. And like he just knew, he just saw it in me before I even saw it in me. So, hey, Austin, thanks. I'm glad you made the switch. Yeah, guys, I was just live over on Facebook, and I told people to hop on over here if they wanted to keep. I just wanted to give some time on both platforms. These are really I only go live really on Facebook and on YouTube. I don't really ever do it on TikTok or Instagram. I just tend to get more trolls over there for whatever reason. So these are my preferred platforms. Hey, Pat, thanks for coming over, guys. Hopefully, like I don't really have an agenda of what I want to talk to. Hopefully, you guys coming over from Facebook won't hear a bunch of the same stuff, but I really just wanted to make mention of the Epstein video because it's just, excuse me, it's not being seen by enough people. It's not being seen. How did giants survive the flood? Did you ask that over there too? Did you come over as well, Sky? Um, it's a good question. There's a lot of different theories on it. Potentially, one of Noah's kids' wives having some Nephilim DNA. Literally, there's theories of people or giants like hanging on to the ark. There's second incursion of angels theories. I can't claim to know that, but I do know the giants were a lot smaller after the flood. Like they weren't 300 cubits, I think it is, or not. Was it not cubits? I don't know. They're miles tall. They're huge, hundreds of miles tall. The Bible talks about them being like 3 miles tall, but I have found giants and dragons hundreds of miles long. And also, just I think they're I think the Earth that as we know it is probably only 5 or 6 thousand years old, but I think the Earth was something much, like I think things have been around maybe trillions of years. Like I don't buy into NASA's nonsense of billions, but I mean, I just think the Bible is written of our current Earth. And I think there's, like everything we walk on is petrified flesh, and it's not just from the biblical giants. There was stuff going on before the Bible, in my opinion. I've told 10 people on everything on what your videos tell. All believe me and have watched your my friend, you're the luckiest human in the world. None of my friends, no one believes me that I know. The only people that believe me are you all. I tell people things in my real life and they're like, okay, Tyler, sure, go back to, teaching PE. It's funny, I always say if I were to just slap someone else's face on my videos and show it to my friends or brothers or mom, or they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's true." But they see my stupid face on there and they're like, "Okay." Yeah, Nick, I think there was a time before our firmament for sure, because some of these beings that I've found and measured, and they're just too big to be under the firmament we know. Now, I do think, as far as like biblical giants, I think the firmament was here for biblical giants, but I'm just saying, I think there's a time, there's a great book. It's called We Walk Upon Dragons by Alan Cornford. And he uses real scripture and real science to basically prove that there was like a time before the Bible and that all geology was once biology. It's a great book. We Walk Upon Dragons. It's a short, easy read, and he backs it up with scripture and real science, measurable, observable science. And like he thinks there was a flood before the flood, and I think he calls it Lucifer's flood. And it's good stuff. Check it out. Sailor Girl, yeah, join the club. Join the club. I don't have, I've got some. I lost most of my friends, to be fully honest. Like most of my lifelong friends, and like I'm at fault for a lot of it because when I woke up, I was fire hosing people and trying to wake other people up. And when you do that, what I quickly or not so quickly found out is that puts people in like a fight or flight mode. And most of the people in my life went into flight mode and just took off, left any sort of communication with me. Um, so yeah, I learned the hard way. You gotta lead a horse to water. You can't force him to drink. I learned you gotta give him breadcrumbs. It's a hard thing, and it teaches you to learn patience. That's for sure. Oh, cool, Carrie. I didn't know that. I almost went to lacrosse. I visited that school. I was going to go play football there, but ended up going the other direction. Went to a school in Indiana instead. But I like lacrosse. I think they had a good football team at the time when I was almost going to school there. How do you kill the fallen? Um, Someone brought that up the other day, asking me if I thought they were telling us the truth, like in vampire movies, a stake through the heart. And I don't know. I also, when they brought that up, I was like, yeah, maybe they were telling us the truth with guillotines too. Like maybe that's what all the guillotines were about, like taking the heads off. But I don't think we do kill them. We kill them spiritually, not physically. We kill them by waking up enough people that they lose their power. That's my opinion. Crazy guy, thank you. I like the way you think too, if you like the way I think. And that's what it is, guys. It's about thinking. It's about thinking and analyzing and not believing. Because I believed for most of my life. And I didn't believe everything. I didn't, I knew 9/11 was not at all what we told for 20 years or what we were told. I knew that the nutrition industry was a total hoax and the medical industry was a total hoax. I didn't believe anything any of them said. But I didn't, I never went deeper than that until 2.5 years ago. Freeman, thank you. I wasn't always so fearless. I've always been like, I've never been a fearful guy, but I think like most people, I was afraid of dying. Used to be terrified of flying because I was worried about, dying on an airplane. Um, I've always been pretty fearless, but it wasn't until I realized I wasn't an involved chimp spinning on a globe and that I was actually under a firmament and a spiritual being just having a time in this body that I truly became fearless. Like I fear nothing other than maybe rats. I don't like rats, but I'm not afraid of them. They're just nasty. Hey, Stuart, Florida. I went there on my I went there for my birthday this year. I was there in September. My wife and I and my dogs rented a little house. It was a nice little town. I had never been there. Any thoughts on the blood boon from last night? I just think it's a celestial event that happens. It happened last year around this time too. Found it. A lot of people found it odd that it came on 3/3. People were asking me if I thought it was holographic and stuff like that. But no, I just think it's a celestial event. Probably an energetic play with the sun and the moon, the time of the year. I don't know for sure, but oh yeah, NBC logo. I've done videos on it for sure. I've done videos on so many logos. It's been a while since I've done logos videos, but Jamba Juice has 666 in it. Disney has 666 in it. If you ever look at the Taco Bell logo, it has a serpent eye. It's literally a serpent eye in the Taco Bell logo. What else? Poppy. Poppy is PPP, which looks like 666 if you turn it upside down. I mean, there's so many. Monster, everyone knows about the Monster logo. It literally means 666. I think the Monster logo is, I don't know if it's Latin or Greek, but the Monster three stripes literally are sixes. There's so many. I mean, it's like so many. All the 666s and NASA, the heliocentric model, the Earth is literally going 666,000 miles around the sun. The Earth is on a 0.66 degree tilt. There's so many ridiculous things. Let's see. What do you guys want to talk about? How many people? Is there anyone in here that hasn't seen my Epstein is literally musician Jack Johnson? I mean, when Josh sent me a picture of that, I was just like, that's 1,000% him. And then I watched an interview with him. I mean, like, it's literally him, just like he was literally Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jack son, Jack John son. I also think there's a chance that he plays John Malkovich. I think there's a chance that Epstein is John Malkovich too. I do. Jack John son, John Malkovich. I need to look up the meaning of Malkovich. Have they ever come to you or got a call from them? Well, you guys probably don't know this because I only shared it with my Facebook subscriber area, which I recommend everybody go join because it's an amazing community. I love that my members here, but there's no group chat or group posting area here. My members and subscribers on all the platforms they're not getting enough that they're paying for unless it's on Facebook because Facebook is awesome. But what I was going to say is I shared with my Facebook group. If you guys, do you guys know what Cameo is? Like celebrities and different people are on there, and you can pay to request them to give you some words or sing you happy birthday or something. Well, Uncle Pappy's on there, so I sent him a request, and he follows me on Instagram, Uncle Pappy, aka Robin Williams, aka Teddy Roosevelt. He follows me on Instagram, and I sent him a request, and I don't remember what I wrote in it, but he messaged me on Instagram. He said, "Hey, brother, is it okay if I cancel your request? I'm good to chat sometime, but I don't want you to have to pay for it." So I said, "Yeah, let's get coffee sometime, Teddy." And he lives in Florida. I think he's in Central Florida. I'm in Southwest Florida. So anywhere he is, I'm only an hour or two away from him probably. So I'm trying really hard to have coffee with Robin Williams, aka Teddy Roosevelt. And it's so funny if you ever go to his platform, every post he makes, everyone's just calling him Robin Williams and Teddy Roosevelt. I actually said to him because I do feel like as much as these people are deceivers and liars, like he's one of the lesser bad ones. I would say he seems to have like some care for humanity, other than he lied about killing himself, which is like atrocious in its own. But I did. I said to him, I was like, I feel a little bad how much everyone busts your chops about being Teddy and Robin Williams, because that's 100% for me, like 1,000%. I was the one that uncovered that can of worms. I'm the one that makes videos. Other people have brought it to light and to attention, but I'm the one, like, that's full on me. So he hasn't responded, but I'm hoping to have a cup of coffee with the president and with a fallen angel, and I'll probably do it off the record, and not because I have anything to hide or want to keep his secrets, but I would want him to feel comfortable to share it with me. And I'm just an honest person. I couldn't, like, someone said you should seek a camera in or something, and I'm like, and I'm not. There's no symbolism there. Just adjusting my hat. Um, but yeah, I'm too honest of a person. If I told him it was off the record, it would have to be off the record. Um, Lakshmi, hi Tyler. I was curious about the goat hat with the goat on it, worn by the guy that does the intro in your Switch business. What's the story behind that? Interesting. I didn't know there was someone with a goat hat. Huh. I don't know about that. Never seen that. I now need to investigate that. And I'll be honest, I'm trying to uh, distance myself from that because I'm not fully trusting of it, and I'll just put it that way. You've noticed I've been probably putting out less of those videos, but now that you say that, I'm checking into that, because if that's the case, that will be the final straw. Um, so I'm going to screenshot that and look into that. That's very interesting, my friend. Yeah. That just if there's something to that, and I'm not calling you a liar or anything, but if there's something to that, I'm going to be pretty heated. If there's someone wearing a goat hat and it's associated with me, and I'm not even aware of it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Now I know why I always hated Jack Johnson's music. Josh Stone does rule. I'm gonna screenshot that and send it to him. Yeah, Josh and I have we're both very humble people, I think, but man, there's something going on with us. Like, we are so dialed in, like, and I feel like we get so many, like, literally feel like our father has like a direct line of communication with us and gives us so much stuff. It's like, guys, I don't even need to research 90% of what I do, because it's just like revelations I have. It's kind of wild. And my life wasn't always like that until 2.5 years ago, when God's like, dude, look up at the stars. There are dogs and stars. I'm trying to show you something as your dog is dying, and you're trying to figure out if there's more to life. He's like, just look at the stars. Look at the stars. KJ, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I actually like Jack Johnson's music a little bit. And what's even funnier is my wife and I used to listen to him, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, whenever he was first out. Haven't listened to him in so long. And probably 2 weeks ago, my wife, just out of the blue, told our music device to play Jack Johnson. And 2 weeks later, I find out he's Epstein. Kind of crazy. Alora, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Oh, all the way from Croatia. Do you know who Tony Kukoc is? If you don't, Tony Kukoc was a Croatian basketball player that played on the Chicago Bulls championships. Hawaii, home of Jack Johnson. Yep, sure is. An island. Imagine that, an island. There's a good video somewhere. I didn't do it, but someone connected that the Island Boys are Epstein's, Jack Johnson's kids. What do the fallen angels get for mocking us and telling us the truth on movies and logos? Why do they do it? Um, well, I think it's their way of kind of relieving any karmic debt. We told you, you weren't smart enough to figure it out, so we're not impacting your free will. It's kind of like, as much as they are deceivers, they still kind of have to follow universal law, which is do not impact free will. So, like that's why like a lot of the things that they tell us are happening, I don't think they're doing as much bad stuff as people think. I think their fear or their weapons are fear and deception. I don't think they're like I don't think they're mass murdering people. I think it's fear and deception. Now that doesn't mean their little minions aren't doing terrible things. I think there are bad things that happen to good people, and I think their minions have a lot to do with that. But I don't know if the fallen angels are doing that stuff, if I'm being honest. Fear and deception, that's their game. Mary, that I don't understand because every time I go live, people tell me I ignore their super chats, but if it comes on my screen, I click on it. So I don't, sometimes for whatever reason, some must not come up. Maybe it's censorship. Maybe if you're asking a question that they don't want me to answer, maybe that's what's going on because it happens every time. And they come right up on my screen and I click on them. I never miss them. Like this one, Lassen didn't ask a question, just an awesome super chat contribution. I appreciate it, my friend. I wonder if if there's anything to do with like the type of money it is too. Sky, no, I didn't see your super chat either. That's so, and like guys, they're on my screen, so I don't know what the deal is. Literally, maybe it's censorship. I don't know. Do I think we're in a situation? I'm assuming you mean simulation. See, like another super chat just came up. Jennifer, I saw, and I'll get to that in a second. I don't think we're in any sort of computer simulation or anything like that. I think potentially this is a simulation, a God created simulation, but no, not like some alien or advanced tech simulation. It's God simulation. All right, Jennifer, are the Clintons fallen angels? Yeah, absolutely. Also, both movies out. Melania, Epic. Also, Iran War is called Operation Epic Fury. So let me answer a few of these. Yeah, Clintons definitely are. I haven't figured out Bill yet, but I've done a video on Hillary being. I always forget this girl's name. Oh, I did it like a month and a half ago. Carpenter? Shoot, somebody. First, and also thank you for the contribution. Also, I'll get to the Iran war stuff in a second. Guys, someone help me out there. Sabrina Carpenter, thank you. I don't like. I have the greatest visual memory, and I've always had a great memory for names because I was a teacher. But for some reason, when I get on lives, I can stare, I can think of people's faces, and their names just elude me. I don't know why. I'm usually not like that. Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. I've done a video. Is Hillary Clinton. She did her age reduced thing, and she is Hillary Clinton for sure. Bill Clinton, Buddy Holly? I don't know. I don't know. And then let's talk about the Iran war for a second. So, a lot of people have said, well, the Jim Carrey stuff came out as a distraction for the Iran war. But I almost think it's the opposite. And hear me out. And sorry for people that were over on Facebook that have heard me talk about this already, but the Jim Carrey stuff, if you know the depths of their deception, like, hold on, let me get rid of somebody really quick. He gone. Okay. And my friend, I have the King James Bible sitting next to my bed. The fact that you think I'm a deceiver means you need to work on your discernment. I talk about it every time on here. You guys really need to work on discernment if you think I'm the one deceiving. Deceivers don't expose the deceivers like I do. Anyway, back to the Jim Carrey stuff. If you realize the depth of their lies, that they will trot other people out in masks, that they will lie about people dying, that they're fallen angels and can shapeshift, but like that's not for the masses to figure out. But if the masses knew that Jim Carrey was putting on a mask and being Joe Biden for 4 years, like you immediately stop listening to these talking heads on the TV. You immediately don't go over to Iran to fight a war if you know how bad they're lying to you. So people are like, well, the Jim Carrey stuff came out to distract from Iran. No, the Jim Carrey stuff's the more important of the thing because it has the potential to wake up humanity. Nothing's going to wake up humanity with the Iran war. People eat that crap up like crazy, thinking that they're going over there to stop weapons of mass destruction being made. There's no such thing as nukes, just like there's no such thing as clones, just like there's no such thing as the Mandela effect. Those are all lies to mind manipulate people. And I go on this tirade every time because people always have a triggered reaction to me saying there's no clones, like they are triggered when they are told they don't live on a globe because it's been programmed into us so deeply. Us awakened souls have been programmed to believe in clones, so we don't get to the truth of fallen angels. You just get stuck on clones. You're like, oh, that Robin Williams looks like Teddy Roosevelt because he's a clone. Nope, same fallen angel in the same body with the same scars and the same facial markings because they can shapeshift, but like a shape-shifting octopus that can look like a snake, it can look like an octopus, it can look like a rock, it can change its color completely, but it can't shape-shift its scars away because its scars are part of the flesh and they can't shape-shift damaged tissue. So people always say, well, if they're shapeshifters, why do they have the same scars and marks? Just the same reason an octopus can't shape-shift its scars away. It's part of it. But it can change colors. It can look like a snake and then the next second look like a rock. So I feel like I just answered a lot of things in a small amount of time there. So is Daniel Day-Lewis one of the fallen angels? This is my favorite line, and I say it almost daily. It's all of them. If you know their name because they're on the TV, they're one of them, or they're one of their wives, one of the fallen angels' wives. And go read the first 20 pages of the Book of Enoch. It explains it all. They were banished down here. One, there was the Watchers. They were banished down here, punished for taking human wives. And their wives were also punished and stuck here, turned into sirens. And that's why you always see the wives of these fallen angels with them, because they're serving out a punishment. There was also a third of the angels banished down here for being prideful, but they're different than the Watchers. And I think they're here, but I don't think they're the main players that are on the TV as much. How much did you miss? I have been live for 28 minutes and 20 seconds, my friend. Thank you for joining. Baron Trump, the Antichrist. No, I don't. I think Jim Carrey might be the Antichrist, to be honest, because I think he's going to be the fake Jesus. And I don't know, Baron, I mean, I know Lucifer is Trump. I know that for sure. And boy, if you guys haven't seen my members video on how many shape-shifting characters Lucifer plays, Lucifer is Mick Jagger. He's Youngblood. He's Angus Young. He's Eminem. He's, who else am I missing? So many of the musicians have the exact same scar right there. And yes, I don't think he's always them. And that's why I think, like they have doubles and lookalikes that will take on. But Lucifer's a prideful little big baby that wants to be worshipped all the time, and especially in the music realm. And that's what he does. That's what he does. Chess says, I'm confused. How can Hillary Clinton be Sabrina Carpenter? Because they're shape-shifting fallen angels. They shapeshift. They can appear young. They can appear old, like that. Within the first 20 pages of the Book of Enoch too, it also talks about how fallen angels can literally just wish and they look human. Like I think the exact line is, they look like fiery stars until they wish to look like human, and then the next instant they look human. They're shapeshifters. So she can play both, like, and people always like, I get this question a lot as well. It's, well, how could Trump be Elvis when they're both alive at the same time? Well, one, because the internet lies to you. Two, AI has been around for as long as all of us have been alive. They've been using AI to deceive us. Three, Trump was never a very known person until the 80s. And I've done a video on how all his young looking pictures are AI. I literally tested all of them, and they all came back 99% chance this was AI generated, like him as a baby, him as in the armed service. There's another one. Like, and if you look for Trump young photos, there's like a handful. They're all AI. But two, me saying like, how can they be like, so Epstein and Jack Johnson, how can they be? Well, Rocky Balboa was around at the same time as Rambo. John Rambo and Rocky Balboa existed at the same time, right? Sylvester Stallone, he had the character of Rocky and the character of Rambo at the same time in the 80s. Because that's what they are. They're characters. They're playing roles, and like their backstories aren't true, their lives aren't true. They're just playing these characters on the world stage to deceive us. And it's like, their families probably aren't true. Like maybe one side of their family is true, the other is actors, or they bring their wife with them to play the other wife, which I have found on most occasions. Let's see. I sent a super chat. They must want you to answer. What do you think they do with the tattoos? Yeah, guys, the super chats aren't. I don't know. I don't. I think if you're a shapeshifter, or you can put on bodysuits to make it look like there's a tattoo. I don't know about the tattoos. That's a good question. But I mean, if you can make your face look different, if you can make your size look different, if you can make your shape look different, tattoos aren't probably a thing. I don't know. It's a good question. I do have a super chat here I haven't answered from Mary B. Again, because it's important to me. It bothers me that Jesus died at 33. How do you know the Bible isn't Masonic? They sure love it. I appreciate you. It's a really good question. And what I say is I have found a lot of truth in the Bible, a lot. And when I first woke up, where my mind went was I didn't believe in the Bible for 42 years, didn't believe in it. And then I saw that biblical cosmology was true, and it's in the Bible, biblical cosmology, flat earth. And I saw dragons were true. Dragons are in the Bible. I saw giants were true. Giants are in the Bible. So in my mind, I went, holy cow, all the lies are designed to have you not believe in Jesus and our Heavenly Father and the Bible. And that's what resonated with me most. Now, I think I needed to go on that journey. I needed to first fully 100% believe in the Bible, so I could seek the lots of truth that are in there. But yes, I do think there's manipulation. I know there's manipulation in the Bible. They took the word firmament out. That's manipulation. And that's not Mandela effect. That's them controlling the printing presses. And I don't think the names of Jesus and Lord and God are right. I think those are all manipulated to be tribute to Lucifer. But there is a whole lot of truth in the Bible. And I'm not here to tell you what part is true and what part isn't true. I'm here to open eyes and get people to think. But the best thing you can do is fast and pray and read and use discernment and let that guide you. And I would say don't pick and choose, but see what you can figure out to be truth. Like for me, I know there's a firmament that's in the Bible. I know there were dragons. I know there were giants. So those resonate very strongly with me. And like a whole lot of other things too. So, but yes, there is absolutely manipulation of the Bible. And, like I would say for the past 2 years, I consider myself a Christian, but I don't at all anymore. I don't at all anymore. I believe in the Bible. I believe our Heavenly Father is real. I do believe He sent a Messiah. I just don't think His name is Jesus. I don't think His name is God. I don't think His name is Lord. I think, the more you get closer to the truth of the original scripts of the Bible, Yahuwah and Yahusha seem to be a lot more true than God, Jesus, and Lord. And I'm just saying the names. Uncle Pappy, what a joke. Yeah, I'm really hoping to have some coffee with Uncle Pappy. It'd be a wild story to say I had coffee with Teddy Roosevelt or Robin Williams. Robin Williams, who went to my middle school, guys. How weird is that? I went to Deer Path Middle School in Lake Forest, Illinois, and that's where Robin Williams went. Maybe, I don't know, 20 years before me? No, 30 years before me. He's probably seven. If he was still alive, he'd be in his 70s, I think. Barron Trump, go watch my video. If you guys haven't seen my video I did today on Barron Trump and Machine Gun Kelly, go watch it. Yeah, their wolf says the best thing you can do is fast and pray. Absolutely right. Guys, people, like a lot of times people, it's getting dark. I might have to turn a light on. A lot of people will say, well, like some people literally think I'm controlled opposition because of all the truth I discover. Like people are feeding it to me. But no, I've been fasting for 15 years. I'm always ahead of the game when it comes to like physical things. Like I was taping my mouth shut to sleep 10 years ago and people thought that was ridiculous. I was taking ice baths 15 years ago and people thought that was ridiculous. I was fasting 15 years ago and people thought that was ridiculous. And then fast forward 10 years, 15 years, and that's like the new fad stuff. So I've been fasting for a long time. I didn't add fasting and praying until the past 2.5 years. But guys, when you fast and pray, you unlock worlds of things. And I can't tell you the amount of revelations I have. I have revelations on a daily basis because I fast almost every day. Like I only allow myself like a 2 or 3 hour window of eating because I want the spiritual clarity. I want my body to be able to heal and rejuvenate. And that doesn't happen when you're constantly shoving food in your face. How long do I fast for? It just depends. So every day I fast for at least 20 hours every day. And once a week I will do a 40-hour fast. So like most often I won't eat on Sunday or Monday at all. And that will go into the next day. And usually I won't eat that next day until 1 or 2 o'clock after I get a training session in. And then once a month I do a longer fast, like 70 to 90 hours. So yeah, I mean, I would say that's my protocol. 20 hours every day, 40 hours once a week, and 70 to 90 hours once a month. And guess what? I did a 90-hour fast 2 weeks ago. And at the end of the 90-hour fast, I did a 20-mile bike ride. I lifted weights. I did a like cardio circuit, broke like personal records. Once your body gets used to it, and I felt great at the end. I wasn't like, man, I need some food. Your body loves fasting. It's just your brain that doesn't because we're so programmed to eat, eat, eat. Tyler, why do you have Christmas lights up still? That's a palm tree, my friend, not a Christmas tree. And these aren't Christmas lights. That's my outside area. Like I got a screened in porch that's outside, and that's a flamingo because I live in Florida. They're just decorative lights, my friend. And those are, people ask about these things. Yes, those are like tiki masks from my honeymoon in Hawaii, from a trip to Aruba. My wife isn't on the same page as me on a lot of things. So these things that give me no fear, I'm not worried about spirits or anything. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm just fearless warrior of the Most High, and I have this armor of God on. So I don't fear little minions of the evil one, and I don't fear fallen angels because I'm fearless and I fast and I pray and I don't stress about it. So, but I'm not worshiping any tiki gods. It's literally a palm tree, not a Christmas tree. But I did have a Christmas tree up, my friend, because my wife would not have it any other way, and that's just not a fight I want to have. That's a good question. What if I'm trying to gain weight? How often should you fast? So that's the thing with fasting is you don't need to fast to restrict. Fasting should be more about allowing your body to heal and spiritual, but you can still, like, if say you don't eat for a whole day, all you need to do is eat like an extra 500 calories every other day leading up to that, and you're not going to lose weight, because gaining and losing weight isn't about the day, it's about the accumulation of calories throughout the week and throughout the month. And if you just eat an extra 500 calories six other, so let's say you eat 700 extra calories 6 other days of the week and fast the one, you're not going to be in a calorie deficit. So it just all depends on how much weight you're trying to gain. But if you're trying to gain weight, you definitely need to eat more calories than you're burning. So the first thing I would suggest is find out how many calories you're burning a day and make sure you're eating over that. And you can get simple apps that will track calories and steps and things like that. So, hey, all right, I see a super chat, so I don't want to miss it. Fearless warrior of the Most High, we love and appreciate you. Mel, best comment of the day. Thank you so much, my friend. Truly appreciate that. And guys, that goes for everybody. Like I said this on my Facebook Live. Like I'm literally humbled every single day by just the outpouring of kindness and support I get. It just helps keep me strong, helps keep me motivated, helps just make me know I'm on the right path. So I really, truly appreciate it. And I appreciate you spending the time and the money to let me know that for sure. I truly do. Do I eat meat? I do eat meat, yeah. So the way I try to eat, and I'm not perfect, and I've tried to be perfect in the past, and I'm good at it, but it doesn't last, because then you want to binge, and then you want to, like I've done like 12 weeks of like no processed foods and no crap and perfect, and I got lean and ripped, but by the end of it I just was like a ravenous monster. I ended that 12 weeks with eating a pizza with chocolate covered bacon on it, so that tells you something. And that was many years ago. But the way I try to eat is just as much real food as possible. Do I have processed food? Yeah, like I had some pizza the other day, but like I try to keep that like the 10% and eat as much fruit and meat and eggs and fish, and like I don't eat a ton of vegetables, but I do. And just try to eat real whole food and get it at farmers markets and organic and as high quality as you can. If you're going to spend money, spend it on the quality of food. And I'm going to turn this light on, guys, because it's getting quite dark here in good old Southwest Florida. Sorry for the shaking of the camera. Yeah, everything is upside down. Everything we were ever taught was the opposite. Like like I don't know if I can think of anything that I was taught that was just like dead on. It's everything's the opposite completely. So someone, I think it's Beth. I'm sorry, my eyes are it's dark in here. I think Beth asked about the Mandela effect. So guys, I think, and I went on this a little bit in my Facebook. Once people wake up, what they fail, and I'm guilty of this too, what people fail to realize is that there are a lot of liars within the truth community. And you see these people and you think, oh, here's someone that resonates because they know the moon landing's fake. They know the earth is flat. They know yada, yada, yada. But what you don't realize that there are a lot of people that will say these things to gain your trust and then deceive you in other ways. And a lot of people learn about the Mandela effect and they learn about clones through these same people. And there's no bigger trap for awakened souls than cloning and the Mandela effect. And I would, like, I don't, like, people come at me about this. How can you be so sure? I'm so sure. I'm so sure that clones are not real. And I'm so sure the Mandela effect isn't real. They're just total mind control lies. And cloning is a mind control lie to literally deceive people into what I prove. They want people to think clones are real, so you don't realize that fallen angels are real. They want people to see Teddy Roosevelt looking like Robin Williams and say, well, they've been cloning for hundreds of years. It's a clone. They want people to see, you guys have seen all the videos I've done. You've seen all the people who look like people from history. It's because they're the same fallen angels or the same fallen angels' wives. It's not clones, and they just want people to believe that, and they push. And if you guys follow people and they're pushing clones, off with their heads. I mean it. Like, that means they're either lying to you or they're just not as informed as someone you should be listening to. And one of the ways that you can tell right now if I'm telling the truth is because this triggers people. This triggers people, and people get triggered by things they believe without evidence. Like the globe. People who are told they don't live on a globe, they get triggered. And people always get triggered when I say clones aren't real. They're not. They're literally to hide fallen angels. And I've done a video on this, and a lot of you have probably seen it. But the first thing they told us they cloned, and I'm not even talking just people clones. Animal clones aren't real either. The first thing they told us they cloned was a sheep to mock us because we're sheeple to them. And the sheeple will believe anything. And then what did they name that clone? Dolly. And I did this video a week ago. And I said to myself, I had never looked this up. I said, I'm going to find doll is going to mean something with deception. Immediately, doll in legal terms means to deceive with evil intent. Like, what were the odds that I would think that and then it would just be there? Because I know how well, I know them so well, like the back of my hand, because that's all I do is expose them every day, all day. I sharpen my discernment every day, all day. And I just know how they work. And I know how they know we work and how they can manipulate us. And if you know how they know we are manipulated, then you can spot their manipulation easier. So, yeah, incubator babies are real. You can grow a baby in an incubator. Can you create a test tube baby? Yes. You cannot create a duplicate clone. There's no cloning. There's no exact replicas. The only exact replicas out there are twins. And there's no Mandela effect. There's not a Mandela effect. They control the internet, and they can wipe things clean and replace them. They control the printing presses. They can change writing like they do in the Bible. There's no spiritual Mandela effect going on. There's no cloning. And what else? There's one other thing that irks me in the truther world. I don't remember. Do I get threats? No, I don't. I don't get threats. I get the opposite of threats, and I've said this a few times, but in October, I was invited to the Lost Angels city, Los Angeles, 5 times. 5 times in 1 month, I was invited to Los Angeles to go on very highly known, reputable podcasts. The first one I looked up, the guy has 5 million followers on Instagram and a huge podcast. I started doing my due diligence. One of the very first pictures I found was a big old Masonic G on his license plate, on his Rolls Royce license plate. And I messaged him. I was like, oh, what's that G stand for? And I think, he said God. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. So anyway, to say, long story short, I said no to going to Los Angeles because I want no part of them recruiting me, and I want no part of them threatening me or anything like that. So, but again, they don't They deceive and they cause fear. I don't think they do things to impact our free will. Jennifer asked, "Do I think fallen angels sacrifice their own kids? Are they angels as well?" Also, you forgot to go back to the epic fury. I did, yes, but I don't. I meant, because I don't know what to make of that, the epic fury. I meant to go back to the Iran war and the Jim Carrey thing, saying how the Jim Carrey thing was actually almost more important than Iran because it would wake the masses. But I think the sacrifice stuff, that's it. You just came up with the third thing that I was trying to figure out. Mandela effect, clones, and the sacrificing things. Those are all nonsense. They're all nonsense, especially on the level of like, oh, they took out Chris Cornell because he was going to expose child trafficking, or they took out Paul Walker because he was making a child trafficking documentary, or they took out Chester Bennington. Like, those are covers for them shape shifting and faking death and taking on new roles. So yeah, that's a big one. I don't think they do. I think they sacrifice them by changing their gender. Yes, I think that happens. I mean, there's evidence of that with Megan Fox. She has 3 boys, and they all look like girls, and they're all transitioning. So yes, I think they transition, but I don't think they take out. I don't think Michael Jordan sacrificed his dad. I think that was probably fake. No, I don't think that was fake, because Michael Jordan's a fallen angel, and that wasn't his dad. That's just a role he plays. Although Michael Jordan's a darn good actor, and they're all good actors. They're all good actors. Michael Jordan fake cried when his dad died. He fake cried when Kobe died. I do think Kobe and Michael are angel siblings. I do think that. I've seen both of them in reference to them being my older brother, my little brother, and like, like, excuse me, obviously that could be taken in terms of like how they feel, but I think that's more truth in plain sight. Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain and Jackie Robinson, Kobe and Michael, they're all, and now Myles Garrett, they're all the same. Yeah, Michael Jordan just won a 3rd championship in NASCAR, right? Imagine that. I do believe in Jesus. I just don't believe that's his name, my friend. I covered that a little earlier. I do think that Jesus is not his name, and I had a hard time coming to that truth. It wasn't until I saw Russell Brand praising Jesus and Jelly Roll praising Jesus and all these fake fallen angel satanic losers praising the name of Jesus. Chester Bennington is the new Linkin Park singer. I maybe they play multiple roles, but I also know Chester Bennington is Spider-Man. He's 100% Tom Holland. I've done multiple videos on that. If you haven't seen that, Anthony, check that out. I appreciate the super chat, though, my friend. But I will check the new Linkin Park singer. You're probably right. I mean, they definitely go and reprise their old roles. I notice all these people wear crosses. Yeah, well, that's why I don't wear my cross anymore. If you guys have, some people have noticed, I used to wear a cross all the time. It was a barbell cross. A lot of people thought it was like a Masonic Knights Templar cross, but it was a cross with a barbell on it because I like fitnessing. I'm the fittest flat earther, and my wife got me a cross with the barbell on it. And for 2 years, people told me it was a Masonic sign. And I was like, I love Jesus, and I love, and I love fitnessing. And yeah, the past 4 or 5 months, I've come to believe what people were telling me. And not believe, because I don't believe anything anymore. I literally either, I'm more comfortable knowing or not knowing. I don't want to believe anything. And yeah, I don't wear a cross anymore because I don't think he was crucified on a cross. He was crucified on a stake, and they made it a cross because it's a Masonic symbol. Jelly Roll, I loathe. Yes, my friend. Him and Chris Cornell, aka Jonathan Ruby. Like, I love to be in a room with them. Just those fallen angels and myself. I don't even care if they've got fallen angel power. I would just love to be in a room with them and not to have coffee with them, if you catch my drift. The new Lincoln Park female is singer. Oh, interesting. That still could be Tom Holland. It really could. Fake jelly roll. Yep. Hey, what's up, Scott? All right, guys. Oh man, I've almost been on an hour. Post Malone. I've done a video on how I think Shia LaBeouf has played Post Malone, but Post Malone, now that like that was an old video, and now that I'm more aware of these fallen angels than I was a year ago, Post Malone definitely used to be Hank Williams Jr. If you haven't seen those side, but I haven't done them. But if you look up Hank Williams Jr. and Post Malone, same fallen angel. Yeah, Johnny Depp's been around thousands of years, for sure. You're welcome. I think it was Bethany, right? Or Beth. You're welcome, Beth. Let's see. Have you done the Spider-Man actors, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? I was on the hunt for Andrew Garfield because I thought I saw someone that he could have previously been, but it never turned into anything. I haven't done Tobey or Andrew Garfield. No, I have not. But I've done many on Tom Holland, that's for sure. Gordon Ramsay was Julia Child. I have not done that one, Tiffany. Gordon Ramsay. Interesting. Is Julia, I can't think who Julia Child is. Is she the one, is she the chef as well? I did a video on Courtney Cox being that chef that died, that female blonde hair chef. She's like the female version of Guy Fieri. Courtney Cox definitely played that role, but I don't know if it's Julia Childs that I'm thinking of. All right, guys, couple more questions here. And yeah, the chef. Okay. Then yeah, go check out my video of Courtney Cox playing her. John Travolta is a Scientologist, which headquarters is in Clearwater. Have you seen? Oh yeah, you've probably. Is that Love? You've probably seen my John Travolta video, right? That one blew my mind a little bit. I literally was, like I have done. Joe Burrow used to be Houdini. Michael Jordan used to be Jackie Robinson. Wilt Chamberlain Kobe used to be, or Myles Garrett used to be Kobe. I've done Tom Brady used to be Larry Hagman. I've done all these current day athletes used to be so-and-so. And then I was like, well, let's go to old superstar athletes and see if I recognize. I literally went to freaking Joe Namath first. I'm like, that's John Travolta. Just saw it immediately. And then it all lined up. Like John Travolta's son's name is Jet. I think John Travolta, or no, I think John Travolta's middle name is Joe, or Joe Namath's middle name is John. Their wives are the exact same. I mean, it's wild. And all the, the Scientology stuff, they're not actually Scientologists. They're just pushing that stuff to try to pull people away from the truth of our Heavenly Father. Let's see, I got a super chat. Hey, Juan, thank you. Just wanted to share appreciation. That's so kind of you, my friend. Much appreciated. So, so kind. Thank you. Sincerely. Joe Namath and Travolta. Yeah, that's what I mean, though, guys. It's like sometimes I don't even look for, obviously I went looking for that, but things just like of all people, for me to go check out Joe Namath first, I wasn't even alive when he played, and I don't know why. Things just pop in my head out of nowhere. Let's see. I'm really curious your opinion on low-level Freemasonry and your experience in your life. I know probably Freemasons, and I question if they are just in the Brotherhood and aren't. Well, so I'll give you my thoughts on it. Someone in my Facebook subscriber group, which I always recommend people go to, because if more than, and I'll get back to the Freemason stuff, but I always like to mention my subscriber area on FB, because all the other platforms, it's mostly just my extra subscriber content, which I put a lot of time and effort into, and there's more detail. But if you're anything like I was 2 years ago when I first woke up, I felt lonely and isolated, and I had like no one to talk to about this stuff. That's what made me turn to making content online, because I was going to internally combust if I didn't tell someone. So I had to tell the internet, because they had to listen. But now there's a amazing community I've created on Facebook, filled with so many open-minded, beautiful souls. So if you're someone not even caring about me or the extra content I make, but you just need to feel connected to humans that are like-minded, go check it out. And now I totally forgot. Oh, I got so sidetracked about that, I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, Freemasonry in my Facebook subscriber area. That's what made me think about it. Someone asked me that, like, just my opinions on Freemasonry. Like, why, if you're not a fallen angel, would you join Freemasonry? Well, they offer hidden knowledge. And to them, it's like a little brotherhood and a little community. And they think, for the most part, I think they're deceived, and they don't realize that they're joining a cult that worships Lucifer. Because they don't come out and tell you that. They bring you up and they give you all the secret knowledge, and they make you take blood oaths where if you spill stuff, they will literally you have to take a blood oath when you become a Freemason. And I think out of the oath you have to swear is, if you tell our secrets, they will cut your throat and pull your tongue out your throat. So that's how they get these people to keep these secrets. But it's like you start low and you work your way up, and to the point where you're like, oh, well, I want to know more. Or, and I think a lot of people, like, I don't think they take, one of their requirements is you have to believe in some sort of spirituality. You can't be an atheist. And I think they bring you along, like, thinking you're learning about true spirituality, but it's just brainwashing on a different level. It's indoctrination on a different level. You're given all this secret knowledge, and you're brainwashed to believe Lucifer is the hero. But yeah, I got to get off soon. My battery's low. But yes, at the low levels, they don't know this. They just think they're doing community functions and, you know, doing like having poker tournaments and waffle breakfast and stuff like that. So yeah, not all Freemasons are terrible people. They're just deceived people. And the higher you get, the closer you get. And honestly, I've seen some stuff that you can literally, at the end of when you become a 33 degree, you can literally choose if you want to become a vampire or a werewolf. And I thought that was ridiculous at first. But now that I know there's fallen angels here and there's a whole lot more craziness than I ever realized, I think there's some truth to that. Eric DeBay makes great videos and he tells a lot of truth, but I do not trust that guy. I just don't. But I take that with a grain of salt, because I don't really trust a lot of people at all in the truther world. I have like a handful of people in the truther world that I consider to be pure of heart with no deception. And I don't see that for Eric DeBay. I think he's another side of the coin. I don't think he's a Freemason deceiver like Skiba and Weiss and Sean Hibbler and Flat Earth Millionaire and Mark Sargent. I think maybe he's like on the Jesuit side of things or something. I don't know. Not sure you trust me? Well, my friend, all I can say is do some fasting and do some praying, and you'll get the truth about me. I was a high school PE teacher for 20 years, my friend. Deceivers don't hide out as high school PE teachers trying to help high school kids find their inner strength by teaching them how to get strong. Like, you can go research my salary from Grays Lake North High School, probably. It's all public domain. I don't have a deceiving bone in my body, my friend. I really don't. And like I said, fast and pray. You'll get your answer about me. Eric DeBay is a good dude. I don't know, Michael. Do you know him personally? All right, guys. One more question because my battery's getting super low. Oh, I got a super chat that I got to get. JP. Ah, thought I had a question answer, but just JP being a kind, generous, awesome soul. And much love, my friend. Much love to all you guys. I appreciate it. And I can't ever express the appreciation enough for the kindness and the support and the words of um, just the words of kindness. So many people understand that I'm just literally retired high school PE teacher trying to help because I care. I don't have anything but love and fearlessness in my heart and just trying to help everyone figure out what took me 42 years to figure out. I didn't believe in anything for 42 years because I thought I was an evolved chimp spinning on a ball. And once I figured that out, I needed everybody else to see the truth in that because it makes you fearless. So, love you guys. Much appreciation. And I do need to answer this because someone else asked it earlier. Blaine, yeah, fallen angels do have kids with humans for sure. That's how the giants were created, and I think they're still doing it. I think Machine Gun Kelly is literally Lucifer's son, who is also Baron Trump. I just don't think they make them giant. I think they figured out a way for them to not turn into giants anymore, but I think they pass on their shape shifting abilities and their healing abilities. And so, yeah, I do think they still mate and create Nephilim offspring that just aren't giants. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a night, my friends. Thank you, RG. I appreciate it. But honestly, guys, just so much love, so much appreciation. Have a wonderful night and be on the lookout for a video tomorrow. If you haven't seen my Epstein video from yesterday, go check it out. It's super important. What do you think Ben Affleck has been? I don't know. I don't know about Ben. I mean, he's one of them for sure. I just haven't looked far enough into it. But I'm going to hit it before I get another request that I will feel bad if I don't. Anyway, much love, guys. Whoever said they don't trust me, fast and pray. I got nothing to hide. I'm an open book. Love, zero deception. Thanks, Doc. Thank you. Much appreciation, guys. Have a great night. Signing out.